Okay, Beatrice, so 53 you scored in the last paper 2 that I marked, so let's see if you have been able to improve on that. Right, I'm going to take a mark off you there because the context that we're working with is money. The calculator doesn't know that, so it doesn't put in the extra 0, but you need to. Okay, so that's £85.30, and you've written 85.3. That's right, well done. Alright, meters squared is correct, as is kilograms. These middle two are wrong with you. The volume of a bucket, litres, is volume, so you don't have to add the little cube to litres. If you'd have written centimetres cubed, that would have been right, or L for litres, but litres cubed is wrong. And in athletics, races are run in metres usually, 100 metres, 200 metres, 400 metres, and so on. So you only got 2 marks there. B is correct, C and G are correct. This is a trapezium, not a parallelogram, because it's only got 1 pair of parallel sides. In a parallelogram, there are 2 pairs of parallel sides, so that one there should be F. So you got 3 marks there, so total for the page is 9. That's pretty good. Make sure you use a pencil in the exam so that you can make it look a bit neater than that. Good. 11 for that page. That's correct. That's correct, and that's correct, but you've subtracted them wrongly. Okay, it's just £22 when you do that subtraction. So you lose a mark there. 10 AM the next day is correct. That is good. Now then, what have we got here? 7.5 meters is too low, really. I can see you trying to mark the page, but what really you want to be doing is marking off how many of those on top of each other there are. And your method is right, but there are actually more than that. Okay, so what you want to be doing is getting a bit of paper, for example, and marking off the height there, so that's one of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are about 12 of them, and that's what I'm looking for really as far as my method is concerned. So there's 12 times 1.5 equals 18. Right, so that's the sort of method you're looking for there. You haven't really done enough. So total for the page, 1, 2, 5, 8. Good, 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 good. Add 3 each time, multiplied by 2. No, it's not multiplied by 2, they're being divided by 2 each time. And the other thing to be careful there is that's a digit, it's not a word. Are you supposed to be writing, describing in words? 8 for the page. Take a look at how I do that on the video clip. See if it makes sense to you. 2, -13. You've missed that out. What's happening here is that the difference there is 2, the difference there is 4, the difference there is 6. So in the next one the difference has to be 8. So that would be 4, and then the difference would be 10, which would take you down to -6. It's not 18, unfortunately, it's at least 3. So at least 3 means they could have 4 or 5 as well. So you're adding up those. It is out of 50 though, so that bit is correct. And there aren't 50 visitors altogether. There are 50 patients. 14 of those patients have 2 visitors, for example. So there are 28 visitors there. So you do 0 times 3 is 0, plus 1 times 12 is 12, plus 2 times 14 is 28, plus 3 times 18 is 54, plus 8 plus 5, and you add those together. So see if that makes sense to you. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the page. That's correct, well done. With this one, I'll go through that in class tomorrow because everybody seems to be getting that one wrong. This is good, well done. Good, excellent, 4 marks. 6 for the page. Um, 6.6 is correct in centimeters, so then you have to divide that by 2, and you don't then get 3, you get 3.3. So you correctly measured it, you've correctly divided something by 2, but then you've rounded off your answer. Okay, 26775 is correct, 29489 is correct, and then what's gone wrong here? 5%. Right, you've taken 5 pence off it, so this line is wrong with you. Okay, what you have to do there is 29489 times 0.05, not subtract 0.05. So that should be a multiplication. So that bit is wrong. Then you've taken off those to get that. So as far as what we've got up here, that's right, and that's right. Then your VAT is wrong, but that is ultimately right for your wrong work there. So you get 4 out of the 6. So 4, 6 for the page. That's correct, that's correct. What you have to do here is then add those together to give 0.61. There's no need to write them as fractions. You can write them as, if they're in decimal form, you leave them in decimal form. And that one, what you have to do is multiply the 0.12 times the 132, and then add that on to the 132. This one, just do it on your calculator. I'll show you in class tomorrow, but okay, you can set it up exactly as it is there. You don't need to separate it out as you have done, although there's nothing wrong with that. But on your calculator, fraction button, 4.5 times 3.4 on top, 7.8 take 5.9 underneath, turn it into a decimal, 8 point, and then for one decimal place it's either going to be 8.0 or 8.1. Because the next digits are 5 or more, it's closer to 8.1. So 8.1 is what we're looking for there. 4 for the page. Prime factors, you may not have done. We'll certainly do them, we'll practice them in class. But if you have a look at the Joan to Sum site in the foundation tier, there are practice questions on products of primes. This is good. What you want to be saying is that that's too small, that's too big, so it's somewhere in between. So you haven't actually explained how that shows it's somewhere in between. That's a difficult question. It combines Pythagoras, areas of triangles and volumes of prisms. Have a look how I've gone through that on the video clip to see if it makes sense to you. One for the page. Okay, so as I said last time, 53, 9, 20, 28, 36, 40, 46, 52, 56, 57. So again, it's an improvement. It's not quite a grade C. So I would say that that's a D, and it's about 8 marks off a C. However, if you combine it with the mark that you got in the paper 1, where you got 80, you would have got a C overall for that exam. So that's still moving in the right direction, Beatrice, well done.